Hi everyone. I've created this video to walk you through step by step how to create a bibliography using Noodletools. This is going to be especially useful to those of you that are going through the NHD process where you're required to do an annotated bibliography. So first things first, what is a bibliography? A bibliography is also known as a works cited. And basically, it lists all the sources you've used for finding your information in one spot. Okay, basically, it's a sheet of paper that lists all these sources in a certain kind of format. I don't want that to scare you, but basically, that's all it is. It's a list of your sources, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The first is just in case the person that's reading your paper or your information about the topic, if they have further interest in your topic, the list of sources will help them find the information that you found and they can investigate it further. Secondly, it avoids plagiarism because you're giving credit to the author of the information. Okay, so what do you need to create this bibliography through Noodletools? You need two things only. The first is you need some sort of electronic device that will give you access to either Clever or the Horry County School website. And secondly, you need your notes on the sources that you used to compile your information. Okay, so let's get started. First, access Noodletools through your Clever account or through the Horry County Schools website under Middle High School Resources. Clicking on the Noodletools icon will take you to the Sign In page. If you've used it before, enter your information on the left-hand side of the screen. If you have not, you must sign in on the right-hand side of the screen using either your Google or Clever account. After signing in, you will be taken to the main screen of Noodletools. Here, click on the New Project tab to start a project by filling out some basic information and creating a project folder to house your information. I'm going to create a project called NHD SC and the Civil War Mrs. G. It's a good idea to attach your name on it if you are working with a partner or in a group. Select MLA formatting because it is the style we work with for any project here at SMS, and select the starter level. Click Submit and you are taken to another screen to enter some more specific information about your project. You can enter as much or as little information as possible. I'm going to enter a research question just because if I happen to look at this project in the future, at least I'll know what it was I was investigating. When you are done with this form, click on the Project tab on the top of the screen to begin working in your project folder. Your project is listed and ready for you to add your sources. Click on the Sources tab. Click the Create New Citation button and you are ready to select the research source you have used or are using. For my example here, I tried to find some information on Fort Sumter and the Civil War in the Discus database. I found some great resources here and I selected an article I want to use called First Round at Sumter. I'm going to view the article in PDF format. This way I could see the pictures and I just think it's easier to read. After I've checked out the article and I know I'm going to use it as one of my sources, I'm going to go back to the record listing to get the information I will need for Noodletools. When I created a new citation in Noodletools, I selected Database. I know the first piece of information Noodletools needs will be the name of the database. In my example, it is the History Reference Center, so I'm going to go back to Noodletools and type this in. Notice that it has a red asterisk by this box, which means it is required information. The database screen has a lot of information I need to plug in. Some is required with the red asterisk, while some is not. My goal is to fill in as much information as possible. I want to show you something that may be found in most, if not all, Discus databases. It's an easier way to create a citation. A citation is each source that is listed. It's also called an entry. Look for a button or option that says Cite or citation, or to cite, or words to that effect. In most Discus databases, you will see a citation option on the right-hand side of the screen. In my example, it is listed under Tools and it says Cite. When you click on it, you are asked to pick a specific format for your citation. As I had said earlier, here at SMS, we always use the MLA format. I have to scroll down this list of formatting options to find MLA and click on it. Highlight and copy this text. Go back to the Noodletools window, and instead of filling in all of the information on this form, we will simply paste the citation we copied from Discus for this article. To do this, select Copy and Paste the citation. When you scroll down the form, paste your citation in the box that is labeled Manually Edited Citation Box. Now, if you are creating a standard bibliography, which is most often the case, you will need to select Save here. For those of you creating an annotated bibliography, like the one required for NHD, you must click on Save and Add Annotation. I will demonstrate an annotation here, but the process after your save will be the same for both. Before we go further, let me explain what an annotation is. An annotation is a note of explanation added to text. So an annotated bibliography is an explanation of a source that you used. The explanation should inform the readers as to why your source was valuable in your research and how the source was used. Typically, an annotation is anywhere between 2 to 4 sentences in length. In the form that appears, type in your annotation and click on Save and Close, and your annotated citation will appear. If you did not annotate and selected Save, you will be redirected to the screen without the form appearing. I want to show you what a completed bibliography or works cited page looks like. And I'm going to add one more entry. I'm going to select New Citation and select Print because I got some of my research from a printed book. Since I don't have an electronic citation option, I am going to have to put as much information as I can into this form. All of this information comes from the book I used, usually on the title page. Okay, well now I'm done inputting all my information, but I don't have a page I can print and put in my report. It just doesn't look pretty. We are going to export it, which means send it to Word. Click on the Print/Export button and Print/Export to Word. Notice that you can also export to Google Docs if you prefer. Once your file is downloaded, either double-click on it to open it or right-click on it and select Open. This is what your works cited page looks like after it has been exported. Not bad, right? If you are doing a standard bibliography and not working on your NHD project, you should just put a space between your entries and you're done. If you're doing your NHD bibliography, you're not quite done. NHD requires some special formatting. First, you have to change the name of the document to Annotated Bibliography. Second, you must separate your sources by primary and secondary and put the appropriate sources underneath each section. Remember, primary sources are the original records created by first-hand witnesses of an event, and secondary sources are documents, texts, images, and/or objects about an event created by someone who wasn't there at the time. Within each section, make sure your entries are alphabetized. Lastly, a few more rules. Single space each entry and skip one line between entries. All source citations are tabbed half-inch after the first line, and web addresses should not be hyperlinked. So let's insert a blank line in between our entries and make sure that our citations are indented one tab after the first line. Noodletools takes care of this, but it doesn't hurt to double check. The last rule is also taken care of, but double check that the web addresses are not hyperlinked. Usually the text is blue and underlined if it's a link. And now you are done. I'm including a document I pulled from the NHD website about creating an annotation that you might find useful. I have faith in you. You got this. If you need any additional help, don't hesitate to come see me in the Library Learning Commons. You can also search YouTube or the web for any resources that may help you compile your bibliography. Good luck!